Frame drops already. That doesn't bode well. Well, welcome to the stream, guys. Start tackling the bosses.
Gather.
Don't blink.
Hey, Fabov, 311. You a new player, or a vet player, aka you've been around for a good while?
Solidify.
But welcome to the stream.
Incoming. Hey. Yeah. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Solidify.
Ah,
Speed of
yeah. I'm AR-57, and I'm fairly bad at the game, too, so don't worry. We're in this together, bud. Appreciate you stopping by the stream, though. Here to watch me do Thoma's Hangout, or are you here to watch me kill the weekly bosses?
Gather.
Or are you just kinda looking for someone of my ugliness? Nope, nope. Okay.
Wheel of life. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey. Fire hazard.
Ah, no worries. Appreciate you even just coming back in general. If you end up liking what you see, hit me with a follow. If you're ever interested about my stream schedules, I usually tweet out on Twitter first when I'm going to go live rather than have a set schedule because my personal time changes a fair amount. That's usually the best way to know. I do have a YouTube channel where I'm uploading my VODs and everything after a while. So if you're ever curious to rewatch some of my old VODs, it's not linked to my Twitch just yet, but you can get to it by going to my. Appreciate the follow, man. And boom, boom. See if I can link it to you. Because if you're not partnered on Twitch, usually it's about 2 weeks you have until your VODs get deleted. If you go to, if you click on that link, it'll take you to the my VOD channel. I have a main YouTube channel as well, but that's where I think I'll upload a lot of my VODs after they get deleted from Twitch from now on. So if you ever want to go back and rewatch, granted the audio is different for a couple of them because I'm still messing with the audio settings to make sure I'm not too overpowered, but the game's not too quiet, etc. But yeah, I caught up to Inazuma from everything from Thoma's Capture to the end of Omnipresence of Over Mortals stuff, and then I did all of the Chasm, Perilous Trails, Dainslift story quest, Crane Returns on the Wind, a crap ton of character story quests. I have gone absolutely ham lately. I'd consider following that or going to my main channel. Appreciate the follow over here too. It's always nice to have extra people to chat with about Genshin or games or anime, manga, other stuff in general. Makes these late night streams a little less lonely on my part. haven't had any more frame drops. Alright. That'll work for the Volin. Same here. I'm not the foremost person to ask, but if you ever want advice on Genshin, you can always ask me, and I can give you my honest opinion.
Incoming. Go. Don't blink.
Well, how's your night been? Or if it's daytime where you are, how's that been?
Gather.
That's good. Glad to hear it.
Stabilize.
Mine's gone pretty well. Been very exhausted, and we're going through a heat wave right now, so it's kind of been hard to relax. Then I have a pain in my leg, but I think that's also because I overexerted myself yesterday. But overall, it's not been a bad day. Kind of been looking forward to streaming some Genshin today. Damn, nice. I want Zhao. Perilous Trails quest definitely made me really want him even more. But I tossed like 40-50 rolls, hit my 50-50 with him and lost, and I still got a new Animo character that was 5 stars, but just not the Animo character I wanted. I got Jean instead of Zhao. Which, new character's a new character, and it's just salt in the wound that it's, you know, Animo, but it was kind of painful. Nice. I've won 50-50 once or twice before, but never super consistently. So we will go to Child next. If I hadn't tossed, or if I had maybe luck sacked Zhao, I was going to do Ito because I really like Ito as a character, his voice actor, his design, and all that, especially after a story quest. But yeah, no, I'm gonna hold off since in like 3.0 we're getting Sumeru or Sumeru, however you say it, the whole new region. So we're getting Dendro element. Eventually we're gonna get the Archon and stuff like that. So figured I should keep saving some Primo gems for that occasion. And I don't really need anyone from 2.8. I don't need Kazuha. I don't need Klee. I think Mona might get also rate up, but I don't really need Mona.
Guys. Incoming. With sword comes shadow.
Passable effort.
Speed of light. Hey.
Stabilize.
Don't blink.
Poor timing. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Stabilize.
Kazuha's a really good one to get. He's definitely worth. I have Kazuha, so I don't need him. Another one, unless I was full whale, because getting him at like C2 or C3 is really a good idea. But with Sumeru on the horizon, it's not worth it at the moment.
Life goes on. The fuse is lit.
But yeah, Kazuha is busted and definitely worth getting.
Orders given. Orders received. Don't blink! Hey! Cut to the chase! Here come the fireworks!
Gather! Order guide you.
Incoming! Speed of light! Hey!
Stabilize.
Fire hazard!
I want to leave domain without grabbing this. Electro and water.
I will protect you.
Time to fight Rock Frog, Rock Frog. Time to fight Rock Frog, Rock Frog.
It is time, Morax.
We
settle
this
this now.
Yeah. We've done the song and dance enough, Rock Frog.
Incoming! Nowhere to hide. Speed of light.
Not absolve you.
Oh. Don't got any shield characters? Cause Noelle, Zhongli, anyone who can generate a shield pretty easily is a good way to take on Geo Bishops. Since they have a, I believe they can take damage if they,
Leave it all to me.
you deflect one of their attacks with a shield. So running like a Noelle or running a Zhongli or anyone who can generate a decent barrier is a good idea in order to fight that boss. I don't necessarily need more than one shield for a lot of these fights. I just do it because double upping on shields saves my ass when I least expect it.
Steady as stone.
But I'd say make Noelle or make Zhongli or whoever has a good shield, then try that fight with a decent DPS. But even then, get a healer, get a good amount of shield going, and then even one dedicated DPS or sub DPS, and you should be able to handle Primo Geo Bishop.
Stand upon your tomb, though you know it not.
If you would like, I can go fight him for you. Well, I can show you what I mean. In a test fight, I won't claim the thing, the ley line, but
Solidify.
put that up for now.
I must leave no
I
stone
believe
unturned.
I'm America, but I won't. I mean, I can go show you the fight on my account right now after I fight him if you'd like. I wasn't meaning like I join your game or have you join at the moment.
Don't blink.
I could just give you a
With
test.
sword comes shadow.
Gather.
Fuse is lit.
Solidify.
Speed of light.
No atonement for 1,000
pain in the ass, Rock Frog. You are a pain in the ass. No. Ooh, I got a pole arm. And a dream solvent. Sweet. Alright. Let me go heal up and then I will show you what I mean for Geoprimal Bishop. Or Primal Geo Bishop. However you say it. I haven't fought him in a while. Other than, I think, for one of the domains. There. For this, I just gotta fight Senora and Raiden Shogun. Yeah, this line will work. Okay, get some stamina. Alright, time to glide. Do you have a decent amount of 5 stars or even just 4 stars raised to 80? Or even 70? Okay. You might also just be generally, yeah. You should probably spend a good amount of resin every day on doing the XP one, the ley line. It'd be worth it. Try to get at least a couple characters to the maximum level you can, and then you do like weapon next, and then you do talents and stuff like that. Kind of build it up, but yeah, it's important to kind of run a shield, especially for weaker comps and everything when you're fighting this guy, since he has a whole mechanic of if you're shielded, it'll, I think, blow back damage onto him.
Gather.
On you.
Don't blink.
Alright, shields ran out. See, use the shield to counter his primordial shower.
Speed of light.
And it does a fair amount of damage to himself.
Cut to the chase. Incoming. Don't blink.
Stabilize.
Incoming.
Well, you see what I mean? It can also just be a game of you run around with shield, you keep your shield up, avoiding damage, and then when he does that, as long as you can do some damage in the end, you could probably cheese your way to a victory. It'll be 60 resin for the last 2 domains, so 120. I'll just use. I'll do it like this. And yeah, I'll just take this. Oh, hey. Nice. Alright. That's me. Before I go do Senora, I'm gonna go heal. We'll bring you Actually, no, I'll keep Chi-Chi.
What's happening?
And Shogun will probably be a really good idea to have Chi-Chi. Okay. Yeah, this will work.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Cowardice.
Time for a light show! Here come the fireworks!
Stabilize!
Speed of light! Hey! Nowhere to hide. Don't blink.
Gather!
Speed of light!
Into the frozen void.
Stabilize!
The fuse is lit!
Gather!
Wheel of life. Hey! Cut to the chase. Incoming.
Quake! This is order!
Speed of light.
Not every wound will heal.
Nowhere to hide. Hey! Don't blink. Hey! A festive reprise.
Damn.
Life goes on.
All must burn!
Gather!
Who dares? Only a witch!
With sword comes shadow. Incoming.
I never asked for redemption. Never.
Heal, fight Shogun. setup I ran last time.
Stabilize.
Don't blink. Time for a light show.
Gather.
Incoming.
Obstructions.
Oh, nice.
Don't blink. The fuse is lit.
Your verdict is decided.
Gather.
Thunder.
Rise. Incoming.
Weak.
Don't blink.
This body is eternal.
Go Bishop down. Time for a light show.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Perish. Incoming.
Gather.
Fire hazard.
Ruin follows my blade. Witness the final calamity.
Don't blink.
Oh, nice. I need to do my commissions for my today myself. Come on.
Faster?
Nope.
Okay, faster. Go.
Eternity is in my hand.
Nope. Time for this one. Okay.
Stabilize. Solidify.
Rise. Time for a light show. A festive reprise. Speed of light. Nowhere to hide.
Stabilize.
Life goes on. Opening box of Adepti Drip.
This is order.
Don't blink.
Inferior.
Fuse is lit.
The eye sweeps the land. Shattered.
Incoming.
Gather.
Faster, wheel of life.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Speed of light.
This body is eternal.
Solidify.
Ruin follows my blade.
Good. Yep. Barely missed that one.
Solidify.
Don't blink. Fire hazard.
Final calamity.
Incoming.
Just doing the ley lines, spending the 20 resin. The blue ley lines.
Stabilize.
After that, opening a fair amount of chests also does that. There's a lot of chests will give. Hold on. Yeah, opening chests will help you.
Eternity
Life goes
is
on.
in my hand.
Time for a light show.
So I'd say just keep opening chests and spending 20 resin every day.
Solidify.
Multiple times every day.
Fire hazard.
On like certain days, if you don't want to fight weekly bosses or something like that, you could spend all 160 resin exclusively on just doing your
Speed of light.
XP farming, pretty much. And then you just do that for several days in a row, and it adds up.
Don't blink.
And then, of course, buying out event shops and stuff. Yeah, I beat her without ever going that phase again.
Emptiness awaits.
Ooh, nice. Another dream solvent. Yeah. Weekly boss is done. Now I will do commissions, bounties, additions. Go grab this real quick. More butter. There. That. So then once all of my requests and bounties are done, and my commissions, additions, going and getting stuff. So you spend 20 resin. These. Where's this? Leyline outcrop. This is the max at when I'm at my world level, but they will continuously spawn all over your world. So you go do it once, it'll just spawn a little further away. You spend your 20 resin, and then you get that, and then you repeat the process until you're out of resin. They never perma disappear from the map. So you just do that. You spend with 160 resin, you can do about 8 of those
Wheel of light.
in one sitting,
Incoming. Hey.
and then however long it takes to regen back to 20 resin, unless you want to spend some fragile resin. But it's a really good way to just get your XP. It's the primary way of getting XP.
Order guide you.
Don't blink.
But it's just spending daily resin.
Incoming. Time for a light show.
Solidify.
Go. Sacred name. Fortune preserver.
You are an annoying Kairagi.
Cut to the chase.
Hey, Giga Chad Whale. Welcome, welcome. Surprisingly, you weren't first in stream today. Say hi to Febov, and Febov, say hi to Giga Chad Whale. He's been watching my streams for a while now. Yeah, you weren't first here in stream, Giga Chad. You let me down, man. You let me down. Guessing you were working today. Don't you ooh-woo me, mister. I will get the water bottle. I will spray you. I'm allowed to ooh-woo. I'm an ugly bastard. Above, if you also have any questions, Giga Chad Whale's also definitely a bit better to answer some Genshin stuff. He is an actual whale, and he's quite proud of it, and it's very entertaining, but yeah, he's definitely a good way to get some stuff done, too. I am far from a foremost expert on Genshin myself. Yeah, if you ever need to just level, just keep doing the blue ley lines. Those are the primary means of getting your hero's wit and stuff like that. It's a slow process unless you're willing to spend fragile resin or primo gems to buy more resin and stuff like that. But you'll eventually get to the point where you have more than enough hero's wit to level the units you want to, and then you have a little bit more freedom on using your hero's wit. For me, let's see. It feels good to have more than one person talking. I'm always glad to have one person just talk with me at the night, but having 2 or 3 people to bounce off these humors with, man, even better. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I respect the hustle, but goddamn. John is next, then Alloy. Jenny!
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
Giga Chad, you also literally just missed all of the weekly boss farming. And me getting my shit rocked by Raiden Shogun as per usual. Okay, fair enough. I mean, if it's not hurting you that much financially. I'm not jealous. I'm not. Oh, yeah, Giga Chad. Since you weren't here earlier, I made a VOD YouTube channel where anytime my VODs get deleted from Twitch, that's where they'll go and live permanently. I already have 3 of my somewhat older Genshin ones already on there. Yeah, give me a sec. I spent a while deciding on whether or not I wanted to have it on my main YouTube channel or have a separate one, which they very well could end up on my main one in the future, depending on how I want to proceed in the future. But I also plan to make some clips out of them, especially for the cutscenes from the Crane Runs on the Wind, Returns on the Wind, both cutscenes, and doing the Zhao Perils. And at some point in the future, I'm going to live stream my reaction to every single character demo and then every single collected Miscellany on the Genshin YouTube page. It is going to be crazy. You can't. I'm the only one allowed to put links currently. I can always change that in the future. Just didn't plan on doing it right now, to be honest. There you go. I know a lot of YouTubers have issues with people spamming links and shit like that, so when Twitch implemented, that's an automatic, like, it's off until you turn it on kind of setting. But there's the VOD channel, and then you can get to anywhere else you need to on the links in that channel and those videos. Back to you.
Go.
No. Wrong one. Stop talking. Five days, 8-hour shifts. Jesus, man. Yeah. Makes sense you'd be tired. Pyro. And yep, I knew you'd be up there. Woo! I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. Might be early day and or maybe a late night one as well. Early day might be a Slime Isekai Memories stream. I'm gonna probably do some gacha pulls since I have a bunch of tickets and stuff. Maybe make a video out of that I can throw up on my main channel in the future. And then probably later on in the day or during that same stream, I might switch to Genshin and do, if I don't do Beto's Hangout tonight, I'll do Beto's Hangout tomorrow. So, you know what? It's actually.
Sounds good to me.
I believe he's 42. I'm recalling what he told me, right?
Solidify!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds.
Incoming. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey!
Into the wind.
Speed of light.
Alright. Bounties are done. I will say, Genshin is currently one of those games where there is no bad character. There's less than optimal characters, especially as you get later on in the game, but I mean, let's say you had Kokomi or having a heal character, regardless of how effective they are late game, as a new character is always pretty good. Having extra shield characters or DPS ones who can provide you supplemental damage and stuff like that, generally good. It's all a matter of artifacts, weapons, and both talent and weapon levels. Character levels also play a part into it because of Ascension, but yeah, that's a good example. You kind of have to learn the ins and outs of how elemental reactions also go too. That plays a big part.
I know
Some
it can
elemental
work
reactions are stronger than others.
balance, but
Right there. It's just kind of testing and stuff like that. I mean, even Kaya, Lisa, and Amber, the first initial 4-star units you get and everything, in addition to the Traveler, while they may not be used a crazy amount late game, they still have a lot of versatility. I mean, Kaya's ult and Lisa's ult go pretty well together if you can get them off at the same time, and then you just run and a main DPS while those two also provide just backup damage. That kind of situation. Because some characters have active field ults or bursts that'll let you increase the amount of damage or have extra reactions. So it's kind of just checking with what characters you have. Tier lists aren't always entirely accurate, but sometimes it's a good idea to get like, is this more used than others' character?
more companions.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Yep. Today's Yoimiya's birthday. Okay, that's cute as fuck. That is cute. Oh my god. That's adorable. Ooh, Taiyaki. I want to have that. Give me sugar. She's a sweetie. Oh. That's right, I got an achievement when I was fighting Shogun. Yep, okay. Naragi.
Stabilize! Let me try.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves adorn my.
Closer, and then...
With sword comes shadow.
One with nature.
Don't blink. Hey!
R1. Go. Alright, once requests are done, then I gotta do commissions, additions, then I can do the Raiden Shogun song for the drum along. Y'all could watch me fail that miserably. Yeah, and then Thoma's Hangout, and depending on how much energy I have left, my 2 betas. What is my key situation? Okay. So it'll still be another 2 days before I can unlock Sayu, because I'll do Sayu next after her. Then I'll work on those 3. Shinobu's Hangout drops here shortly, but it's going to be like over a week before I'll be able to have enough keys to unlock her. Hey, bud. There you go. You're finally aggro on me.
Here come the fireworks!
I just kind of walked up on you, bud.
Time to go. As one with wind and cloud.
The fuse is lit!
The wind knows me.
Incoming! Speed of light!
Okay, you good. Hi! You just popped back up. I feel like I just kicked your ass. I always have time to kick hellish or ass.
One with nature.
Right, there now.
Fire hazard!
Dead. Horns. Here. Talk to this little shit. Oh no, I can't spare you 8 eggs. It's not like I have 1,500 of them. Fuck that bird. Quest done. Missions. Rune Guard.
Into the wind.
Here come the fireworks!
One with nature.
Incoming!
Yeah. Wonder if it's... I'm not having any frame drop, so it might be your Wi-Fi. If it's not the Wi-Fi, then the laptop might be having a little bit of an issue. But sorry to hear that. Whatever's next. Yeah. That makes sense.
Gather!
The wind knows me.
Speed of light!
Stabilize!
Don't blink!
Okay. Mission's done. Must. And we'll go do you first.
One with nature.
So what time zone you located in? You US? One of those time zones, or are you an overseas or something?
Speed of light. Hey! Yeah!
Just kind of curious. Oh, I knocked you up there apparently. Okay, so you're only about an hour ahead of me. That's pretty good. Generally, I don't ever mind when someone's a different time zone. It just makes it easier for me to rationalize in my head about times to go live and when some people might be getting on or going off from Twitch.
The wind knows me.
Incoming.
I'm using Electro to fight the Electro. I'm big braining it. Time to do the do. It's big boy size. Big Brian, indeed. Check that again. Okay. Yep. No. Oh, here it is. So, Nunu, yay, dada. Nunu, yay, dada. Nunu, yay, dada. The order. Nunu. Yay. God, knowing what I know about these fuckers now, it's actually kind of sad. Dada. But I don't know if you've done the quest or anything like that, so I can't talk about it. But it's kind of sad. Alright. That was fast. Where we go? Okay. Here now. Apply from Sarah real quick. What's your Mora amount? How many million are you in? Are you under a million? And that's what I mean. That's Mora.
Add Astra. Thank you for complete.
Yeah, word of advice, because it gets expensive to raise characters, especially talents, weapons, and stuff like that, artifact levels. So blue, obviously the XP ley line, you got to spend those. After you hit a comfortable amount and start getting characters at least leveled to a certain degree, then you definitely want to keep doing the yellows. This is the maximum amount that I get it from my world level, but doing 8 of these a day and building up, it's a process, but you definitely need to build up.
Add Astra.
That's my best advice on that, because from one of the last levels you can do for a talent level, aka if you're leveling their burst or their skill. It's like 450,000 Mora on one of the very last levels you can put into it. And that's why if events offer you the opportunity where you can buy some Mora from them, or you can put in your sigils, this is what I mean, where you can turn in these that you get from opening chests and stuff like that, and get those into Mora. It's always advisable to stack up on Mora. Save, save, save. Get it all in one place. Get it all handled. One key. So 2 days from now, I'll have 2 keys. Get you in the smithy now. But Garathon's, but wow, I messed that up. I did not enunciate properly. Genshin Impact is a marathon, not a sprint in a lot of regards. It's a process. It, definitely, and I can understand too that it might seem daunting. That's how it felt to me. But you'll hit your stride soon enough for it. That's how it was with me. Oh, you're pretty simple. Go buy from you now. Yeah, I had a hair go into my ear or something. Really messing with me. Wait, it was flour, wasn't it?
It's been getting quite
Oh, rice. Okay. Carrots, lotus heads, rice. That's pretty much the biggest
Take a
one.
look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Wait till Flora gets out. You. No, my brain went full autopilot and I actually kind of just clicked out before buying the Calla Lily. Here, let's go talk to Floris. Go back to Inazuma. Collect the bounty.
Into the wind.
Don't blink.
One with nature.
Speed of light. Huh?
Where did you run off to, child? There you are. Some snapdragons, mint, wolf hooks, bellberries, and Villanimo mushroom. God, I need you. You first, and I'll teleport down to Inazuma City. Collect the stuff from there. Go to Liyue, collect the stuff from there. Right. Might have to start buying those up to like 2,000 or something. Really cart. Fish. Crab. Seagrass. Melon. Soul siege. Is Liyue Harbor. Let's go to Chasing Village and then Shoe in, then Liyue Harbor. Not respond. Okay. Soap flower. Always a process, doing all of the weekly stuff in one sitting. Granted, some of this is more every couple days, but you catch my drift. I'm almost at 300 Violet Crest. And now let's go talk to Bulleye first. Yeah, you'll get to the point. I'm technically considered poor. I just make an effort to keep my Mora amount as close to 10 million, if not above. You set later, okay. But a lot of this weekly stuff's also for battle pass reasons, or buying regional specialties when they come up for sale, so it saves me a little bit of extra grinding for character ascensions. At 400 there. Lotus heads. Come on. do those. Here now. Good luck, man. Remember, when in doubt, you can just shield cheese it out. If you want to have extra just protection, always bring a good healer just to bring you some, in case you mess up, kind of security. But if you don't have a healer leveled, you can also just run around with some good meals. GT, Luke, Barbara. Okay. Yeah, that should do you pretty well. Nice. Pop Noel's shield, pop Chi-Chi's skill, her heal skill, and then run around and just beat on him as D-Luke for a bit. And then if you really need the extra heals, you can do Barbara as well. I think her skill also applies wet, so if you want to have some vaporize reactions on him. But, yeah, it's just a matter of trial and error. Siege. This I love mushrooms, carrots, and chili peppers. Okay, there's all the vendors I need to. You go into my teapot.
This realm is...
Benny's at 3. You. Great furnishing.
If you ever...
And I hit 50. All right. Here we go. I maxed out the battle pass.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Brings me to oh, wrong button. 1,005 of those.
I'm Genta. Are you
Hello,
ready for your
Genta.
jump? Let the
All right. Time to begin the Raiden Shogun song. See how hard I'll fail. Granted, this is lowest, easiest difficulty. God, I like this song. Wait. I 100%ed a song. That's impressive for me, considering how inept I am with any form of music game. Oh, that makes me so happy. Alright, medium difficulty. Hi, Chachak Man. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Curious, what brought you to my stream in particular? Was it because I'm doing the music event, the Raiden Shogun song, or have you just been watching me for a while and been aware of me? Either way, I appreciate the follow, and I appreciate having someone to chat with, in addition to Fibov. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, fuck! No! It's all gone awry! Shit! I am not made for music games, and these buttons are jank. But I'm not saying the event is bad. I quite enjoy this event. I just struggle. If you're interested, I can give you the link, but I got a VOD channel on YouTube that'll let you be able to watch any of my previous VODs that have already been deleted off Twitch. They're all Genshin for now. I've uploaded 3 at the moment that have been deleted from Twitch. since I am not partnered or affiliated, so I only have 2 weeks after streaming for that VOD to be viewable here. When I become partnered or affiliated, it's 60 days. But if you ever wanted to rewatch, because I did catching up to Inazuma, so everything from when Thoma's captured to the very end of the Inazuma main quest in one stream, and then so far in my tier, and then the other 2 other streams is me working on the chasm, starting it, first time exploration, unlocking the underground mines. So that way you're not saying you have to subscribe, I'm just saying it might interest you. One thing I always have to stress is I don't have a set Twitch schedule because my schedule IRL changes enough, and some days I just don't feel up to streaming. So I haven't made one personally for Twitch yet. But if you're ever curious about when I might go live, Twitter is the best place to follow. You'll see in my panels below, because I usually tweet out first well in advance, a good couple hours, sometimes maybe a day or 2 in advance, be like, hey, I'm going to stream. But that's just something to consider. If not, you can always just tune in randomly. But I like letting people know, so if they want to have a better idea and plan. I've actually not played any of the other rhythm games in Genshin, to my knowledge. I missed the Wind Tracer event, because it was at that time I wasn't playing Genshin. I took a good couple month break, so I missed the Wind Trace event, and if there's any other rhythm ones, I can't remember, but I don't believe I've played them. But as jank and as stressful as this one is, I really do enjoy it. Shit. It also shows me how bad sometimes my hand-eye coordination is. I feel like I'm putting myself on blast. But how about you? How's your luck with this event? Oh, God, this is stressful. Hey, congrats, Fibov. Looks like my advice came in handy. This is... Okay. Hey, 92. See? When in doubt, you can cheese most of the bosses in Genshin. You just gotta know some of the mechanics, and Genshin is a game of trial and error. Rodiscantus, for Dulcim, I'll need to do you then. Same with you and you. It's entirely pointless to get, but for personal satisfaction. Oh! Cutscene time.
Bad news!
What happened?
Boss got arrested again!
Yeah. I managed to get 100% once, and that was literally just for the easiest version of Raiden Shogun theme. But I haven't done so well in others. Oh, nice. I haven't bothered to summon for Yelan. She's hot, don't get me wrong, but if I had to choose, I was going for Zhao. But I failed my 50-50. I got a new character, and it was a new Animo character, but it wasn't the 5-star Animo character of the banner. I got Jean, which I guess it's a win in a way. A new character is a new character. I had only him. It was either Jean or Diluc. Those were the only new characters left in the pool that wasn't a limited 5-star. So it was kind of rubbing salt in the wound. But because I failed my 50-50, I just was holding back because I'm not going to summon for Ito. I really want to get Ito, but I probably should hold back with Sumeru coming in 3.0, with Dendro and other craziness we'll probably get.
Just now, someone from the Tenryo Commission came to post a notice on the bulletin board saying our festival has to be suspended.
Of course. Probably Kujo Sarah.
I don't know what happened. I think maybe the boss sent some flyers to Tenshukaku.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely an Ito thing. He'd be like, yeah, let's invite the Raiden Shogun.
He did say that the Shogun would definitely not want to miss the almighty Arataki Great and Glorious Drumalog Festival after all.
The fucking name still gets me for this event. It nearly made me choke. I love his self-confidence. But yeah, I get that, Creed. I'm similar in a way. But there's also some dudes that are worth pulling for. Xiao, Kazuha, especially Kazuha, he's fucking broken. Ito, I love his design, his voice, his personality. So he checks a lot of boxes. Zhongli, his shields are fucking amazing. His damage can be pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I think Boss is right. The almighty Shogun would definitely want to come to the festival.
Y'all idiots wouldn't know how to act around the Shogun, and I can see why Kujo would be like, yeah, let's just arrest him and not cause an incident. But I kind of want to see A and Raiden Shogun's reactions and just her drumming along.
Yeah, don't you agree?
Come on, who cares what we think? Anyway, the boss was arrested on the spot by the Okuzumeshu. They took him to the Tenryo Commission.
What are you gonna do?
Shinobu's probably on the case by now. I heard the Okuzumeshu charged the boss with causing a disturbance in a restricted military zone. Then Madame Kujo-Sara changed it to obstructing the public order.
That despicable Kujo Tengu! How can she get away with charging Boss with a felony over something like this?
I'm pretty sure obstructing public order is a less of a crime than causing issues in a restricted military base. That's fair. I really do enjoy using my Yoimiya. I love her personality and I love her kit. If I had all the money in the world and could go full whale as I would want, I'd probably have every 5-star. But my current ones I'm aiming for, obviously, I gotta get Zhao at some point in the future. Ito. I want to get Ayaka, both Ayaka and Ayato. I want to get Hu Tao, Venti. I want to collect all the Archons. Child would be cool, but he's not as big of a want as some of the others. I'm okay. I don't necessarily need Yaimiko, but at some point it'd be nice to have her. I prefer Sangonomiya Kokumi over Yaimiko at the moment. But yeah, that's fair. I understand that sentiment. I believe I got her as a luck sack versus hitting a 50-50 or a full spark for Yoimiya. And then I was able to either 50-50 or full spark for Shogun when she dropped. Yeah, there's a couple characters I really do want, and half of the reason is literally just their personality / their voice that really sells it to me.
You idiot! That's a misdemeanor!
Exactly!
You downgraded the offense. Usually you just get a warning for that. Anyway, I guess we'll just have to wait until the boss gets out before seeing what to do about the festival. Don't worry, Traveler. With Shinobu on the case, everything's gonna turn out just fine. You've been so supportive of our festival. When the boss gets out, I'm sure he'll want to thank you in person. I hope your journey, like our festival, will go from strength to strength.
From strength to strength!
Thanks, idiots. Well, appreciate the support, you 3 idiots. Alright. Yeah, I can see why. I do like her voice and everything. It's just, compared to some of the other characters that I want, she had... What was that? Kitsune Ramen, all you can eat card. The owner of Yukio still has a good head for finance and has had ramen cards made for rare and honor customers. This card therefore serves as a status symbol for you to go from ramen. This also to eat as much as you please. It's a shame this offer applies to the ramen that goes with fried tofu. Genius Invocation TCG Limited Edition gift box. This is a lovely Genius Invocation TCG gift box that have been a limited release, and that anyone who possesses a set of cards will be a god amongst children. Do you wish to take this with you? Sorry, I got sidetracked. Yeah, I get the gist. Here's let's go to character archive. So it'd be nice to eventually get Diluc, but he's not a major one. It'd be nice to get Tartaglia, but he's not a major one. Same with Albedo. I don't want them at those three as strongly. And then Yaimiko's kind of with them. But Venti, I want to collect all the Archons, and I like his kit. I like his character. He's a lot of fun. Zhao, Perilous Trails quest really sold me on Zhao. I liked him before, but he was kind of with like child in them on the level of 1, and then that had happened, and I just, God, it made me love the man. Hu Tao is definitely someone I want. Both her kit, voice actor.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh.
See what I mean? She's a lot of fun. Kamisato Ayaka, I like her character. I loved her story quest. I enjoy her kit. Obviously, I have a lot of cryo units already, so it's not like obviously I'm pulling for meta or anything like that, but pulling for waifu, I really enjoy her. Kokomi, definitely enjoyed her. Her story quest wasn't the greatest. It was better than some. I liked her story quest more than Yaimiko's story quest, but I love her whole aesthetic, her fish/jellyfish style. It's always good to have a couple characters that make you really want to play the game. Kokomi, obviously. Ito, love his voice. Perilous Trails only made me love him even more, but his character quest is amazing, and his English voice actor is top fucking tier. He makes me laugh so much. He is such a lovable idiot. He's like a delinquent with a heart of gold, that kind of character trope. Are you gonna say anything, bud? Didn't say anything, huh? Speak, damn it. That counts, I guess. I do like Kamisato Ayato. I really kind of like his kit. His voice and design are also pretty cool, but I really like his kit. And then Yolan. I like her voice, and I like her kit. But yeah, that's kind of just a general idea of who I'm going for, of pre-existing units we already have in the game now. Obviously, that'll probably be subject to change when we get Sumeru and Dendro, and depending on how waifu or husbando some of the characters are. Wait. It'll also just be nice to have extra Dendro units, because the MC will obviously get the Dendro element when we go to Sumeru, and that'll be good for some of the puzzles and stuff like that. But having an extra unit so you don't have to run the Traveler is always nice. There we go. Notification.
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chingsa. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
I've heard your spiel enough times. Go back to Fontaine.
The power of water is its
I don't care if you don't like the current Hydro Archon.
Shape.
I'll help you with that in a moment, Fabov.
Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless.
That's fair. I don't play Honkai Impact myself. I play a fair amount of mobile games with waifus and stuff like that. In a lot of the panels down below the stream, you'll be able to see what I kind of play almost on a daily basis or stuff like that. So you can kind of get an idea of what when I deal with waifus and shit.
Cut to the chase. Time for a light show.
One who is ignorant of water's treasures fails also to comprehend its horrors.
I've been dealing with that whole husbando waifu craze for a good couple of years now, especially with playing Fate.
The fuse is lit.
Let's see what happens when you lose your foothold.
Feel like I have a sneeze coming on, but I don't know. I can't make a comment too much on that. They've hit it out of the park storytelling-wise and the emotional highs when it comes to the Crane Returns on the Wind, Perilous Trails, Dainsliff's recent interlude chapter, a good portion of the Inazuma in my personal opinion. I liked Liyue's stuff. It's had some also downs, like Yaimiko's, where it took a while for it to get good. But, man, I cried. I was crying for some of the Chasm stuff, Perilous Trails. Some of the cutscenes we get in this game are fantastic, and I just love it. I think I've tried to play Honkai once or twice before, but it just really didn't catch my interest. So, probably need to be in Inazuma, and I'll just teleport to the estate. Alright, above, I will help you with your people randomly entering your world. So, you'll have a button up top that's like 3 rings and a star. It's right next to the eyeball and near your mini-map. If you click that, you'll have a thing in the bottom left corner, World Permissions. You can set it to World Permissions Reject Join Request, World Permissions Allow Direct Join, or World Permissions Join After Approval. I have mine set to Join After Approval, so I get the final say if someone randomly will show up in my world. Yours is probably currently on Allow Direct Join, so if they just click it, they can immediately hop into your world, and you don't have a say in it. You can also just outright reject any join request, so you stay single player until you need it. That's the co-op mode menu.
I shall protect the lady of the
Osmanthus wine tastes the same
but
as I
for fun, but
remember.
not the story character development there.
But where are those who
I'm glad you have a
share
game you like.
memory?
Also, question for both of you. How's my audio? Am I getting overpowered by the game much? Is the game a little too quiet? I turned it up in recent streams for the game, but the cutscenes are also way louder than regular game audio, so I can't turn it up too high, and I can't control cutscene volume that much. And it's also 1:30 in the morning, so I can't go too loud myself. Thoma time. Behind his back.
Haven't seen Thoma in a while. Who knows what that guy's working on these days?
Probably something of the utmost importance, as ever. Taking guests out for lavish meals, cleaning up around the house, the usual.
We have people like that to thank for the decline of the samurai spirit in this day and age. If you're just gonna schmooze your way through every problem in life, you might as well put your blade on the scrap heap. It's like everything. Use it or lose it.
Okay, fuck you, Kazumasa. That's fair. Yeah, Perilous story arc was really good. I love watching reactions to the cutscenes for it, to be honest.
Also, I heard he's Mondstadt, born and bred. Just saying.
The fuck does that matter, you asshole?
Oh, well, no wonder. What do you think Miss Kamisato even sees in that guy?
Yeah, put a stop to this.
Sorry, haven't slept too well the last couple of days, on account of all this rain we've been having. Wait, what are you all doing here? Has something happened?
We were just having a little chat on our break. It's time we were going. There's still lots to do. We're busy people, Thoma. You do well to grow a sense of urgency, too.
Thoma's also stronger than both of you. I'd have a harder time kicking his ass than kicking your guy's ass. My sound or the game audio? Here. Okay, so my mic volume is what you mean. I have my mic set a little bit away, mostly because it still picks it up, but I just turned up the decibel volume on my mic a little bit, so we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, game audio I have to have set low because when we get into actual cutscenes like the Perilous Trails, it goes up by like 3 to 4 notches, and I can't control that. So I keep it down a little bit myself. But how's my new volume? My mic volume. I turned it up 1 or 2 notches.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'll think about that when my vacation's over. Sorry I'm a little late. Something came up.
You heard everything, didn't you?
I sure did.
Okay. Yeah, I won't turn up too much of the game itself.
No big deal, though. People like to criticize those who don't fit in. It's the same everywhere.
I'm glad to hear my mic audio is doing good, but yeah, Genshin has an issue where regular sound effect, regular voice acting, and just regular menu items. That if I set it to like a 1 or something like that, when we get into actual cutscenes and stuff like that, it suddenly becomes like a 5 or even a 6 on some sound effects or some voice actings. So I've actually had to turn that down a little bit and mess with it. In recent streams I did for the regular settings, I've turned up at least the voice acting. You don't really need to have sound effect or menu stuff or background music as high, especially with these going on YouTube. I can't risk randomly getting on the wrong side of a YouTube bot. And plus, when the music matters most is during the major cutscenes. So with it already raising way higher, that's kind of something I don't need to concern myself out too much that. But I'm glad to hear my audio is doing a little bit better. I think I increased it by like 2 decibels, and that's it. No deal though. People like to criticize within. It's the same everywhere.
If a little private gossiping helps them let off some steam, well, good for them. It does no harm to the Kamisato clan. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. Let them do them, and you do you.
Exactly. Or live and let live, as they say. Today, it's time for a hard-earned rest. There's been so much to deal with since I got out of Komori Tea House. Oh man, this vacation's been a long time coming. There's too much going on here. Let's find somewhere more peaceful to discuss the plan for the day. You're still my guest after all, and I'd like to hear your ideas.
I love that these hangout events are basically mini dating sims. I love them so much.
I keep thinking, since I'm the host here, we ought to do something you'll enjoy.
I need to take an ibuprofen.
But despite that, I still haven't got a clear plan on where to take you. So, what do you usually prefer? Indoor or outdoor activities?
We have the first branch. Yeah, I really do like it. Some of them are really cute as well. Noel's, Chongyun, stuff like that. I do hope at some point we get like 5-star hangouts as well. It'd be really cute to see some of them, especially like Ayaka, because Ayaka has a little bit of a crush on the Traveler. Same with Kokomi. Yoimiya would probably just us be helping her cause all sorts of fireworks, create all sorts of fireworks. Klee would literally just be blowing up stuff. We usually prefer indoor, outdoor. Let's stay indoors.
Sounds like a plan. I don't really feel like spending my day running all over the place either.
Feel that, Thoma. I feel that.
In which case, let's head to Komori Tea House.
My only complaint about them is I just wish they would introduce a couple more of them, like, not go one every couple versions or randomly drop 3 to 4. It'd just be like, make it 1 per version minimum, or even do like a 3 per version. Like, we got a couple 4-stars that really need them. You gotta give some love to them.
There's nowhere better to sit and chat quietly with a pot of tea. I'll head over there right now and get a few things prepared. Come and join me when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, it just serves as if you make too many wrong decisions, it'll restart it for you. I do appreciate that they can be short. It's a little bit easier to consume because some of the quests, especially main quests, take a good while to actually beat since they're like 4 to 5 segments each.
Oh, welcome. It must have been a while since you were last here. Since it's about time to eat, I couldn't resist whipping up a little something for us.
Thoma, is this a date?
So please, help yourself. And I can't claim to compete with the likes of Ouya Restaurant Chef, but I think I did all right.
Dongo. I don't know what the rest are, but I want all of that. I really want that. Seemed interesting. I'd love to try it.
What's wrong? You look shocked.
For that hot pot game, I figured self-sabotage was your cooking style.
Whoa, there's been a misunderstanding. I admit, I may have added a few weird things to that hot pot, but it was just a game. For normal
just a game,
meals,
bro.
I cook normal dishes. I am a housekeeper after all. Wouldn't have gotten very far without a few culinary skills. Anyway, please dig in. I won't get the chance to cook for you like this every day. Well, seems like my cooking has your seal of approval.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. When you're out adventuring on your own, you've got to maintain your quality of life.
Don't look in my bag. It's not like I have like 500 dishes in it.
Take your cape, for example. I definitely see 1 or 2 loose threads there. If you ignore them, sooner or later the whole seam is going to come undone, and then you'll have a really tough time mending it. Let me sew it up for you later. I'm pretty handy with the needle and thread. Speaking of housekeeping, I can say with confidence that you won't find anyone as handy around the home as I am. Cleaning, cooking, and mending are among my greatest strengths. You can always feel free to hand me jobs like this.
Housekeeping, huh?
What is it?
You could run a housekeeping class for the Yashiro Commission.
Wait, you're suggesting I teach housekeeping to the Yashiro Commission staff?
He's so shocked.
I'm not sure it would work. I doubt anyone would sign up for that class.
That's fair. But that can also be said for a lot of gacha games in general, too. It's hard to develop characters when you get a wide open world that has a gacha aspect. They do their best, but there will always be some areas you can nitpick, eat more easy, and say they dropped the ball.
I just don't think it's realistic to change people's perception of me just by showcasing my housekeeping skills. I'm surprised that whole matter is still troubling you, actually.
I don't understand how people can literally trash talk you. You threw a spear at the Shogun after you nearly got your whole vision taken away. You had the balls to throw a spear towards your god. Like, you're a badass. Most people would have given up and not fought it. You are a badass. Fair enough.
With that being said, finding an opportunity to share some housekeeping wisdom with the Yashiro Commission would certainly be in people's best interests. Life maintenance is important. You have to look after yourself if you're going to bring your best self to your work. You know what? Let's give it a try. But first, how do you think I should promote it?
We need to get out there and spread the word.
You think so? In that case, I need to prepare. If I'm going to end up with a lot of students, I should make sure I have all the supplies I need for the class.
Yeah, well, you want to have like all of your cast have a development that can character development that can also cut into like the actual story, because sometimes you end up with a character that is way more interesting than the story itself. So yeah, it's a constant balancing act. As long as there's some character development for most of the characters, I'm generally pretty happy. It's also hard to develop the main character when it's a kind of a self-insert gotcha.
Tables and chairs I can sort out easily enough, but I'll need to stock up on materials and ingredients for the textiles and cookery segments.
I can handle that.
Are you sure? That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's see. To start with, I'll be needing lavender melon, fowl, and flour.
Easy.
Once we have all our essentials, we can figure out the next steps. I really hope everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, that's easy, Thoma.
Great! That's all the ingredients we need. Time to hit the streets and launch our grand advertising campaign.
It should have some success. I mean, you are called a fixer. A lot of people know you, from Rito to Inazuma City.
As it happens, I know someone in town who runs a textiles business. I'm sure she must know lots of people interested in housekeeping.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about.
So let's pay her a visit.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see. I need to read the manga for it. There's a pretty good manga. A lot of people love it. We'll probably eventually get spin-off, like, side story stuff. Even just, like, one-off novels or something. Ogura Mio. I was right, I knew her.
Welcome to Ogura Textiles and Kimo... Oh, hi, Thoma. What brings you here?
Voice is still so pleasant, Ogura.
Looking to buy some fabric? We have a new batch in. It's a great choice if you're looking to make loungewear.
It sounds interesting. I'll take a look. But the main reason I'm here today, though, is to pick your brain about something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Well, we're thinking of starting a housekeeping class.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, we're only going to be hitting the second year anniversary in September, which hopefully, compared to first anniversary, they'll have increased the rewards a little bit and maybe make it an even grander occasion.
Problem is, I'm not sure where to go looking for students, so I was wondering if you might help me spread the word. Among other things, I'll be teaching some handy sewing techniques, so providing everything goes smoothly, I'll be needing to buy quite a lot of fabric from your store. Do you think you'd be able to lend a hand?
Of course, it'd be my pleasure. And thank you for supporting my business, Thoma. As it happens, several of my regular customers do have an interest in housekeeping.
Watch Ayaka show up.
After I've closed up for the day, I'll go and talk to them for you. I'm almost certain that they'll want to sign up. The only thing is, I'm not sure there's enough of them for a whole class. Ah, I know. Yuko is supposed to be very well connected in the community. Why don't you go and ask her?
Yuko? I'm sure I've heard that name somewhere before. So, she has an interest in housekeeping?
If I remember correctly, she mentioned in conversation once that she's tried knitting a sweater a few times, but just can't get the hang of it.
I'm betting they're willing to wait on Genshin and let it build up more popularity. I mean, it's already booming now, but let it build up more popularity, let more story get out. It's probably something they've considered enough times, but you also have to go, how are they going to tell a story? Because you could do you start with Mondstadt? Do you tell a random character story? Because that's something they have to consider. They don't always immediately go for, yeah, let's just start the story with the how it started in game. It's always it's a bunch of things they have to talk about and if it'll be profitable or not.
With your housekeeping expertise, I'm sure you'd be able to get her interested.
Great. Thanks for all your help, Miss Ogura. All right, let's go try our luck with Yuko.
That way.
Is there anything?
Oh, this lady.
Honestly, my husband doesn't lift a finger around the house. The moment he's home on his day off, it's shoes off and straight to bed so he can just lie there doing nothing.
Ugh, I have one of those at home as well.
Yeah? Even a fan service anime with some fan service wouldn't be too bad.
I know his work is tiring, but recently I've been really struggling with all the housework. It's starting to give me a backache.
They act like it's our job, just because we do it. But nobody trained us either.
Well, ladies, might I interest you in some official training?
Hello, ladies. Might I ask which one of you is Yuko?
Oh, that would be me. Sorry, I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
I'm Thoma, the housekeeper for the Ashiro Commission. We're looking to start a housekeeping class at the Commission headquarters. I was just wondering whether that might be something that interests you.
That'd be pretty nice. Knights of Livonia's hot spring, so you have Amber, Lisa, Eula, Jean, Mona randomly showing up.
Housekeeping? As a class?
That's right, yes. We'll be teaching a whole bunch of handy housework tips and tricks. Sweeping, mopping, laundry, cookery, that sort of thing. All based on my years of experience as a housekeeper. The class is free, of course. The only cost to you is the materials used during the class.
What do you think?
I think this is suspiciously coincidental.
Well, I'll be straight with you, ladies. I believe the classes are free for a limited time only, right, Traveler?
If I were you, I'd take the chance while it's there.
So far, attendance has been a little on the slow side, so we decided to start offering free trial classes. In other words, we won't charge you for the first few classes you attend. After the trial period comes to an end, and if you're still satisfied with the results, you can book more classes for yourself and complete the rest of the course. I'll be sure to give you a favorable price.
Yeah? Plus, we all know enough of us are degenerates playing Genshin where it's just like, I wonder what they're wearing under that skirt, and you move the camera and it starts fading, and you're like, no! No! So, even have a little bit of a fan service anime would be pretty nice. Get some official animated curves. I mean, Shenhe would be amazing if they gave her proper physics and jiggles.
I see. It certainly sounds reasonable. But I have a question. Is this class restricted to women only?
Oh, not at all. It's open to people of all genders and ages. The way I see it, housework comprises an essential set of skills that no one could afford to be without. You've got to know how to look after yourself. Life should come before work, don't you think?
Well said. In that case, I'll bring my husband along. Sounds like he could learn a thing or two from you.
Me too. Oh, and while you're at it, have you thought about asking Nagano? I'm sure older folks like him would have time to attend. The more the merrier, right?
Thank you, Thoma. Please excuse us.
All right. I'll see if I can convince the older folks to come along and make up the numbers.
Naguno 100 meters that way. Dashing through the city on a one-horse open Thoma. Boing, boing. There we go.
Housekeeping class, eh?
Housekeeping class, eh?
I was handy around the home back in the day. Sadly, the older I get, the fewer things I'm able to do myself.
Ugh, I'm about to sneeze.
You're very young. Are you quite sure you're up to the task of teaching housekeeping? It's not as easy as you might think.
Thoma's a housekeeping expert.
I will do my very best. As housekeeper for the Kamisato clan, I've been honing my craft for a long time now. I believe I'm up to the task.
Very good, young man. Well then, I shall have to come and see for myself. If you're as good as you claim to be, I will encourage everyone I know to attend your classes. And if I find your skills to be lacking, I will be quite happy to teach a few things myself.
What can I say? We'll be honored to have you in attendance, sir. Well then, that will probably just about do it as far as promotion is concerned. Let's head back to the Yashiro Commission. To be honest, with this being my first time holding a class, I've got no idea how many people to expect. I just hope it goes well. Anyway, tonight I'll set up the tables and chairs, then tomorrow we can meet back at the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
Okay.
So, what do you think the turnout will be like?
I'm sure lots of people will come.
I sure hope so. We promoted it pretty hard after all. This is the weirdest feeling. Housekeeping has always been something I do alone, but now I'm about to face a class full of students. You'd better show up to class tomorrow.
What? You're teaching me? Only 4 people, but 4 is better than 3.
All. This is my first time teaching a housekeeping class, just as I'm sure it's your first time attending one. I'd like to start from the theory, if I may, and talk a little bit about why mastering the discipline of housekeeping is such an important thing.
Quick, come in. Thoma started the class already.
Everyone looks keen to learn.
Well, of course. No one's ever held a class like this in the past. I saved you a place. Please take a seat.
The way I see it, housekeeping is a unique skill set that empowers you to set your life in order. Nowhere are these skills more pertinent than in the context of a marital relationship. In a marriage, the lives of 2 people become closely intertwined. If you can't look after yourself properly, that burden ends up being shouldered by your partner. This, in turn, will start to take a toll upon the relationship with...
Yep.
Huh? What are you doing here?
What the?
Huh?
I brought him. Didn't you say men can study housekeeping too?
Oh my god. Ain't that a great coincidence? I did not put 2 and 2 together.
Wipe that look off your face. Aren't you going to greet the teacher?
No, it's...
Come on, say it. Say hello, Mr. Thoma.
Darling.
Hello, teacher.
Vindication. No, this makes me happy.
For the love of... Hello, teacher.
This is so good.
Well, hello, and welcome. Now that you're here, I expect you to pay attention and work hard. Well, let's keep going. Housekeeping is not difficult per se. The difficult part is consistency, keeping on top of it over a long stretch of time. To keep up with housework on an ongoing basis, you either have to love everything about it, or you need a few tricks up your sleeve to make things easier. So, for today's topic, we're going to focus on how to make light work of housework.
I see what you did there, Thoma. And yeah, Vindication feels so good. Oh, that was funny. I'm surprised I didn't put two and two together. I'm pretty decent about predicting some of this stuff, but I just went like, oh, we have to have the assholes, but no, I can't believe they're married to those ladies. I was taking this quite well.
Excuse me, you over there, focus, please. I like to see active engagement in my lessons.
Hey, focus.
That is, unless some of you are looking to stay behind after class to catch up.
And now I've been shamed. Aww. Active engagement. That's what you like to see. Oh, this makes me so happy. Oh. Oh, there's 6 endings for you. Oh, these have 5. Warmth. Thoma's specialty. The intricate appearance of this dish belies the simple ingredients used, but take a sip. Thoma's sunshine smile comes straight to mind. Perhaps this is his special ability, warming the hearts of others using the simplest of ingredients. Thoma's precious. He's fucking precious. Let's see. So there'll be 2 endings on that one. Alright. Yeah, go back there. Keep playing from there. It's moments like these that make me really happy that I play the Hangouts and just don't ignore them or skip past them pretty quickly. I like what they can give me. Plus, after playing a lot of the Inazuma main story and stuff like that, I've really come to appreciate Thoma. When he was first released and I was behind on the main story and a bunch of other stuff and not super playing the game at the moment, I didn't care for him as much. I just thought, oh, cool character design, and that's it. But I really do like his character.
Oh,
he's a sweet guy.
Welcome. It must have been since it's about time, so please. And what's wrong? Whoa. I admit, for normal meal. Anyway, please.
I think that might be new for me. Adding in the check mark to show what you've done
like
before.
My cooking has your seal of You're welcome.
Delicious.
When you're out adventuring on your own, you've got to maintain your quality of life. Take your cape, for example. If you ignore them, let me sew it up for you later. I'm pretty handy with the needle and thread.
Yeah, I can understand that. Thoma would be a delight to have around around the house, or even just as a friend too. Because I can't sew for shit. I can make sandwiches and do microwavable stuff for cooking, and that's about it. I can do some cleaning, but man, Thoma is literally the perfect ladies' man.
I can say with confidence that cleaning, cooking, and mending are among my
This is your strength. What is it?
What is it?
This is how you could start winning more respect.
Wait, you're suggesting I teach housekeeping to the Yashiro Committee? I just don't think it's realistic to change people's perception of me. With that being said, life maintenance is... You know what?
Let's keep it within the Yashiro Commission.
All right, then. If we're only opening this up to the Yashiro Commission staff, it shouldn't take too much preparation. Tables and chairs I can sort out easily enough, but we'll need to think some more about how exactly to promote this. Let's start by asking around at the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
BRB, I gotta go kill a bug. about that. When I looked over, there was a big-ass bug on the wall. And I could not in good conscience leave it alone.
Housekeeping, you say? You know, since it's Thoma teaching, I'd definitely be up for going. Unfortunately, I have quite a lot going on over the next couple of days. But could I swing by once my schedule's freed up?
Oh, no problem at all. You can join whenever you like.
Thanks, Thoma. Also, this isn't really my place, but if you're starting a housekeeping class, haven't you thought about asking for Ruta? As the Kamisato clan's butler, I'm sure she'd know a lot about housekeeping.
Sounds like someone we should speak to.
Sure. Let's go pay her a visit. Let's hope this goes smoothly.
You're gonna get torn into, huh?
Ah, Thoma, and a guest. This is a rare combination. Has something happened?
Oh, not at all. We were just thinking of starting a housekeeping class.
A housekeeping class? How wonderful! Do you know, I've always wanted to have Koharu learn from you. Oh, finally the time has come.
So I got a question for Bob, if you're still here, and for Chichakaman, what other games do you play? Any of them line up with what I have on my list down below? Or are you kind of just only going to stick around for my Genshin streams? Because tomorrow I might be playing some Slimy Sakai Memories, and then maybe do Beto's Hangout tomorrow. But just always got to keep gauge interests. It's nice to have people to chat with and vibe with.
I'm guessing you intend to open the class up to the whole Yashiro Commission? Not just housekeeping staff and servants, right? In which case, why don't you do a big spring clean of the commission itself?
That's smart.
It would be a great way to showcase your methods.
I mean, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're spring cleaning the commission and everything, so you're tackling stuff you already intend to do, and it's a good way to show off your skills.
Seeing is believing, after all. You could spend a long time trying to convince them with words alone, or you could let them see you in action with their own eyes.
Sounds like a good idea, actually.
I like Faruta's suggestion, and it's not like we have a better idea anyway.
Yeah.
In which case, heck, why not? Let's showcase the appeal of housekeeping for all in the Yashiro Commission to see. Let's get started.
The cleanup attracts onlookers. Oh, shit.
And the flowers will really flourish now that the weeds are gone.
You're next.
While we're here, though, we should water the trees.
What's this all about?
Whoa, that was a small little bit of lag.
The whole Yashiro Commission looks as good as new.
Genshin, Honkai, Borderland, Fallout, New Vegas, I'm just a long time, Minecraft, Starbound, Age of Empire. Okay, good to know. I might do like a Twitch exclusive playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. I've beaten Fallout New Vegas once before years ago. I played the Sierra Madre DLC and the Old World Blues DLC, and then that was as far as I got. I used to play it on Xbox 360. So I'd recently started a new playthrough on PC, but I wouldn't be opposed to streaming it and everything and having maybe some challenges or something like that, or just having someone to chat with too while I play some Fallout New Vegas, because I love New Vegas so much. And then kind of maybe one day once I've gotten far enough into that and done all of that I can, then I can do then I might stream Fallout 4, because I've never played Fallout 4. And if I stream Fallout 3, it'd have to be probably from my Xbox One or something, because there's no achievements on Steam Fallout 3, unfortunately. It was a bad port.
We had a lot of spectators, huh? I wonder if we managed to get any of them interested.
And I do play a fair amount of Minecraft, just not recently. I love a lot of modded Minecrafts. I've had some fun servers.
Either way, thanks for your help. I usually handle all of this stuff on my own, but having you join me today was a pretty great experience.
Fingers crossed your class goes well.
Well, here's hoping. I'll set out some tables and chairs tonight. I've got no idea how many people will show up tomorrow. Make sure you get some good rest tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.
I love the aesthetic. The footprints in the sand.
Welcome.
Not many people have showed up.
Don't be too upset. This is normal. With things like this, you can't expect to change people's views overnight. It takes time and effort.
Yeah?
Well then, it looks like I'm all yours for this class. I mentioned earlier about sewing up your clothes for you, didn't I? I also want to take this opportunity to teach you how to knit a sweater. That way, you'll be able to make yourself some warm clothes before the winter comes.
That's fair. Minecraft is a delightful game. I've been playing it off and on since 2014, maybe 2013. I love the game to death. I've just recently kind of exhausted vanilla Minecraft for a while, so I've been doing a lot more modded. But I always am willing to play vanilla. I just suck at building in Redstone. But I'm glad you got it for free. It's a fun game, and it's a great way to pass the time. Didn't manage to get you the respect you deserve.
The fact that you're so ready to look out for me has already made me very happy. But really, it doesn't bother me at all. Once in a while, someone takes issue with my background, interests, or the nature of my work. And that's okay. You can't expect everyone in life to see things the way you do. People are always going to talk. It's in their nature, and you can't do much to stop them. I don't mind what they say about me. What I care about is the well-being of the Kamisato clan. But that's enough about all that. Come on, grab your needle and let's get knitting. Let's start with the classic stockinette stitch. First, wrap the yarn around, pull it through here, then hang it on the needle. Put your thumb on the yarn here, index finger here, and pull it tight.
Like this?
You learn pretty quick, but you need to pay close attention to this. Exactly, just like that. Now, set yourself a small goal to start with. For example, knit a scarf by the time winter arrives. Scarves are always a great choice. When it's finished, you can either wear it yourself or gift it to a friend.
Minecraft can also be terrifying depending on the versions you play, if you include mods or not, or how you play it too. If you're playing like hardcore where you're afraid of dying because then it kind of deletes your world, you get a one life kind of thing.
Just imagining it warms my heart.
Aww. Oh, that's a cute photo. Never knock it until you actually try it, but I also understand that mentality. I'm afraid to play hardcore.
I keep thinking, but despite that, so, what do you usually...
Still doing indoors.
Sounds like a plan. In which case, there's nowhere. I'll head over there right.
Wait. Nope. It's actually outdoors we need to do. Fan and Hangout. Request. Thoma, you here. Itinerary. Continue playing.
I keep thinking, but despite so, what?
Let's head out.
You want to go out for a stroll? Perfect. I have a couple of places I was going to recommend. If you like cats and dogs, there's a great place I can take you.
Go on.
I go there pretty much every time I have a day off. You can't help but be in a good mood when you're surrounded by cute animals.
I feel you. I feel you so much. I love cat cafes. I love just visiting Humane Society and stuff like that, but like, oh, I love my fur babies. That's fair.
Feeling that, we could go downtown if you'd prefer. Narukami Island will be packed right now, so we could go to Rito instead. Back to where we first met. I haven't been there in a long time, actually. Which one are you feeling?
I want to see these cats and dogs. Yeah.
I had a feeling you'd pick that one. Nice to know we share the same interests.
Thoma, you get me. Nice to have a kindred spirit.
There's a sakura tree in Hanamizaka where I go to feed them. Let's meet there in a short while. I need to grab a few things, though. Can't go there empty-handed.
Oh, no worries. Your world always comes first. Don't ever let me put that idea in your head that I'm obviously more important and stuff like that. Because, I mean, while I am, but you gotta grow your own account, obviously, so... Good to know you're still around. I know it's 3 in the morning for you. Remember, resets in hour and 40 minutes. So just kind of keep an eye on the time. I'm not wrong. I'm streaming after all. I gotta be self-important and cocky to hide the fact that I have crippling depression and anxiety. And I look hideous. What are we talking about again? Less depressing stuff. Let's go hang out with Thoma and go see cute animals. On the ring with you, yeah. I don't ever mind. I don't want to put you guys out too, so if you don't ever feel like you need to say if you're going to have to dip out of a stream, I do appreciate sometimes a heads up from that, because then I don't look like an idiot talking to people who aren't actually around for like 20, 30 minutes, because I've done that before, don't get me wrong. Kitty cats, doggos,
This
doggos,
is a pretty good spot, right?
Doggos.
There are tons of stray cats and dogs here at the outskirts. Every time I come to Komori Tea House, I bring some food for them.
You guys should have some koalas or kangaroos. I've actually pet a baby kangaroo, and a joey, and its fur was indescribably soft. Story of my life above. Exactly. Why can't we pet dogs and boars and all the other stuff we can put into our tea house, or our teapot, I mean? Let us pet them, damn it. Add the Nekopara just pet thing where you can click and pet. Granted, that would get abused to pet all of the nice women and men in this game too, but I'm not complaining.
It just sort of became a tradition over time. At first, it was a bit of a chore, but the more time I spent with them, the more I came to enjoy it.
They seem to like you a lot, Thoma.
You think so? Well, feed them enough times and I'm sure you'll win their affection too.
Bribery.
Not only that, you'll also start to feel that they're your responsibility. Whenever you have any free time, you'll find yourself desperate to come and visit them.
Okay, Thoma, stop calling me out for the fact that I love fur babies enough that I'm willing to go out of my way to pet random strays and go, ooh, who's a good doggo or who's a good kitty?
Why don't you try feeding them? I brought some of their favorite food just so you could get into their good graces.
Okay, I'll try. Can I
Don't
kidnap
worry,
and tame
I've
them
trained
and
them to not be
adopt them?
aggressive toward humans. They'll still run away if they find someone threatening, but I'm pretty sure they'll like you. You're an approachable person, and they can tell. Animals are very sensitive to these things.
I didn't know you could do that in teapots. That's amazing. Doggo, 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 doggo. This. Excuse me, Andu. I'm petting doggos. Do you mind? This makes me happy. Meanwhile, Kaching is rocking her aid outfit. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. We got not cat girl Kaching and actual cat and good doggo. I really do love this outfit. Beautiful dress. Alright, sorry Thoma, getting distracted by waifus and animals.
Well, that didn't take long. Look at that! Best buds already. Some of the dogs are even showing their bellies. That's a sign that they really trust you. Well, you'll rarely see Tarumaru roll onto his back, though. He's a ninja dog, so he's always on guard in case an enemy approaches.
The fact that he's a ninja dog is amazing.
Speaking of ninja dogs, I actually saw one the other day on the beach north of Konda Village.
Why would there be ninja dogs in the wild?
Well, that's the thing. They rarely go off on their own. Usually they stick with their human ninja partners.
Human ninja partners.
After retiring, most ninja dogs are taken in by their partner, or sometimes someone else in the Yashiro Commission will take them in.
Yeah, because you guys have the Shimatsuban, which are your own personal ninjas. Which is just a massive flex, okay? It's so fucking cool to have your own personal ninja squad.
It's extremely rare to find them on their own in the wild, so it makes me a little concerned.
Why don't you adopt it? We could adopt it together. Oh? Doko? Would you be interested in adopting together, Thoma?
Believe me, I wanted to bring it back to the Yashiro Commission, but it wouldn't let me.
Yeah? Sleepy Girl Sayu.
I tried establishing some trust by petting it on the head, but it gave me a nasty bite. Still, I don't want to give up on it. Nobody really goes out that way, and I don't know what it would have to eat out there.
Well, why don't we go see it together?
That would be great. Even though it's not the most approachable dog, I still want to give it another try. It seems to sit in the same spot on the beach all day, only moving to take a few paces back when the tide comes in. Last time I saw it, its fur was soaking wet. Ultimately, bringing it back to the Yashiro Commission is going to be a lot better for it than leaving it sitting out in the elements all day. Or, we could even bring it back to Komori Tea House to make friends with Tarumaru. Well, let's see if we even get that far.
Ninja doggo, ninja doggo, ninja doggo, doggo. Ninja doggo, ninja doggo. Fox. Fox, you. I've hit that point of the night where I also have to start saying random gibberish because I'm starting to get a little tired, and I can't portray that I'm getting tired. Oh. I need to complete this hangout.
Oh, see it? It's that one, just up ahead. Judging by the breed and apparel, it definitely is a ninja dog from the Shimatsuban. It's looking a little more docile today. Shall we try and get closer? Oh, you should stay a few paces behind me. I know it looks calm, but if it gets riled up, it could pounce and bite in an instant.
Thoma, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I've literally fought your god multiple times. If it bites me, that'll probably be the least of my concerns.
Here, doggy. good, doggy. You hungry, my friend?
Oh my
I brought
god,
you a nice
he
little
even has a
snack.
scar. This dog's a badass.
Oh, you're a vicious little thing, aren't you? You almost bit me again. Look at you, wasting away. You must want to eat a little something. You don't have to come back with us, but come on. A dog's gotta eat, right? You're not worried it's poisoned, are you? Here, I'll take the first bite. See? Delicious and poison-free.
Oh, ma.
Come on, just have a bite. A little tiny bite. And then I'll leave you alone. How's that sound?
Exactly. Win, miHoYo, win.
Looks like it has zero intention of eating the food we brought. Is it just me, or does it look kind of on edge? Maybe it's something in the sea, or something nearby that's got him on alert.
Those monsters, perhaps?
You think he was attacked by monsters? It's possible. People do tend to lose their appetite in dangerous situations. Maybe it's the same for dogs, too. Let's clear out the area on behalf of our canine companion here. Thanks for helping out. This place should be a little more tranquil now.
Gather!
The wind knows me.
Incoming! Hey!
Into the wind!
Speed of light! Yeah!
Stabilize!
The wind knows me.
Don't blink!
Oh, here, doggy. Look, no more danger. You've gotta want to eat a little something now. Come on, eat up. Then let's get you back to Komori Tea House. Whatever's on your mind, you can tell me and Tarumaru all about it.
Look, he still doesn't want to cooperate.
Rejected again. And there I was, thinking that I was the one it didn't like. I didn't expect it to be so on edge around you, too. Well, to me, this proves that it simply doesn't want to leave this place. For now, let's not force it. Time to head back to the Yashiro Commission headquarters. I'll see if I can find its owner, so they can come and collect it.
But it's from the Shumatsuban.
That's right. The Shumatsuban only answer to the Yashiro Commissioner, Kamisato Ayato. Under most circumstances, no one else has the authority to inquire into their business. However, I was talking to Commissioner Ayato a while back, and he agreed to let me bend the rules in exceptional circumstances. That doesn't mean I can mobilize the Shumatsuban to do my bidding, of course, but I'll be able to get the intel we need, no problem. It's sort of a prerogative I have. Oh, alright, there's a good dog. Calm down. We're not gonna take you away. It's much safer here now, see? We're gonna leave now. Make sure to give yourself a good rest. Alright, let's go.
This ninja dog you speak of, it rings a bell. Could I trouble you to describe it again for me?
A red Shiba with the scar in its eye, dressed in black stealth wear.
Oh, I think I know. You must be talking about Inu Shosho.
Inu Shosho?
That's right. I'm really surprised that's where you found him.
Perfect. Now that we figured out his identity, we can get his owner to go and collect it. I should add, it's never good to have dogs run away like this. The poor thing's out there all on his own with no real food or shelter day and night. So, shall we go find the owner and see if they have time to fetch him?
I'm sorry, that won't be possible.
Why?
I'm afraid I can't disclose the owner's identity. What I can tell you is they went out to sea on a dangerous mission and he won't be coming back. I had no idea that he hadn't taken Inu Shosho along with him. Seems he decided to face this one alone. I can only assume that Inu Shosho is waiting for his owner to come back, which is why he refuses to move from the beach.
Inu Shosho will be waiting forever.
Did Inu Shosho's owner leave anything behind? You know, any personal items, or a Shumatsuban uniform, perhaps?
Most of his possessions disappeared along with the man himself. The only thing I can think of is the kunai he used to train with. Come with me. I'll see if I can find it for you. Ah, yes, this looks like the one. The reason this kunai stands out in my memory is because when he first joined the Shumatsuban, he trained at it harder than anyone else, to the point where the tip became blunt from erosion. Take it. The Shumatsuban will make sure to cover Inushosho's daily expenses.
Thank you kindly. Let's just hope Inushosho remembers the sense of this kunai. Then again, I'm certain he will. Let's go pay Inushosho another visit.
Time to clean up the garden and put up some flowers.
Box. Inushosho, here, boy. I have a tasty kunai. Back here.
Hey, Inushosho? I know. How come this strange man suddenly knows your name? You're waiting for your master to come home, aren't you? Mind if we wait with you? Don't worry, we're not looking to suddenly whisk you away. Look at this. Do you know what it is? As I thought, you remember.
Seems to be more affectionate this time.
Excellent. It looks like what he needed wasn't for us to take him away, but for us to accompany him. You know, I sometimes did this too, when I first arrived in Inazuma. I just stood on the beach, looking out at the horizon. Everyone has people and events from their past that they look back on fondly. I guess we only grow when we realize that those things aren't coming back. The Shumatsuban is not a peaceful organization. And being a ninja is an extremely dangerous profession. Many of the Shumatsuban's ninjas have paid the ultimate price in the course of carrying out top-secret missions. The Shumatsuban never discloses their identities, and doesn't publicly commemorate them. But at least now, Inushosho, you're not the only one in the world who remembers him. From today onward, we will join you in honoring his memory.
Aww.
I think that means deal, right?
It's a deal, alright.
Hey, in the future, let's try and come back here from time to time, when we get the chance. Maybe we could build a little kennel for him. In the long term, being out in the cold and wet like this could start to cause joint problems. I could make some winter clothes for him, too. In fact, I'd better get started.
Oh, Thoma, I love you. You're so wholesome. Aww. Alright. 3 more to go.
Well, that didn't. Some of the dogs are even. Well, speaking of ninja dogs, well, after retiring, it's extremely rare to find
Why
them
don't
on
you
their
adopt
own
it?
Believe me, I tried establishing some trust, but still, I
Same
don't want to give.
dialogue. Perhaps you should give it some time to calm down.
That's probably a good idea. It was in a very aggressive mood the last time I saw it. I'm worried it might bite you if we try to approach it, though. Let's wait until it's in need before going to its aid. That's probably safer. But back to our other animal friends. Now that the weather's getting colder, I'm wondering whether I should knit some sweaters for these strays. Problem is, most of them don't actually like being touched, so I can't take their measurements very easily.
We could photograph them.
That's not a bad idea. We could take photos of them from different angles, then work out their measurements by using other objects in the picture as a reference. See? You're the real fixer here. Let's give it a try. Well, I think we've got enough photos now. I can't get over how cute they are. They're just adorable, aren't they?
They're super cute.
I'll have to think carefully about what kind of sweaters to knit for each of them. The color should be complementary. Well, you know what? Let's buy some yarn from the next store we pass. You know, the first time I came here, there was just one stray dog on its own. I still remember the first time I fed it. It was a rainy day. The Kamisato clan had just introduced a series of new policies, but a few of the more stubborn clan elders were extremely resistant to the changes. I was holding my umbrella, on my way to visit one such gentleman of senior status. The plan was to talk him into supporting the clan's decision. Sadly, he wasn't interested in having a conversation. He didn't even let me in. As soon as he saw me coming, he got his samurai to send me away.
Some things even Thoma can't fix, huh?
I mean, I fixed it in the end, of course. It's just that the first few visits didn't go so smoothly. So, anyway, after they turned me away, the weather went from bad to worse. The wind was so strong it rendered my umbrella completely useless. Before long, I was drenched from head to toe. I must have looked like a real mess. I decided to take shelter under a tree and found a stray dog sitting there who had the same idea as me. It saw me and moved a little further in, like it was trying to make room for me. So we sat there together. I shared my onigiri with it, stone cold by this point, but still edible, and we ended up huddling together, waiting for the rain to stop. As far as the big shots are concerned, I'm just an expendable servant boy. I always have to be mindful about what they might want and what I can do for them in return. But when I'm with these little guys and gals, everything's so much simpler. One stone cold onigiri and hey, presto, we're friends for life.
Thoma. Damn it, you're so wholesome.
Even when I show up empty-handed, they still come to me. When it comes down to it, I think it's these simple and straightforward connections that I value the most. Sorry. Ended up giving you the unabridged version. Shall we come visit this place again some other time?
As soon as you've done your knitting.
Great. I'll see you soon.
Yup. Thoma is very talented in cooking, cleaning, and just in general being a really wholesome motherfucker. He's the kind of best friend you'd want around, or even as a life partner.
So sleepy. I had some things I needed to do, so I ended up burning the midnight oil to get those sweaters knitted. I wonder if they'll actually suit them, though. Let's start by testing them out on the friendlier ones. This one's for Petal. Oh, and this one's for Darko. And this one's for Goldilocks.
Peto? Not Peto. Petal. Petal. Darko, and Goldilocks. Those are interesting names. Most of them look great.
With any luck, that should see them through the winter. Then, come the spring, a new year will begin. And they'll be free to roam the wilds once again. You know, if you take one day at a time and be kind to the world, good things will come your way eventually. That might sound a bit naive, but I really do believe it. At least, it seems to have worked for me, you know?
I love it. I love this so much. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that is so cute. Oh my god. That's an adorable photo. Only 2 more endings.
I keep thinking, but despite so, what
Head
do you want
out.
to go out? If you like cats, and I go there pretty feeling that. Narukami Island. Which one are you feeling?
Off to Rito we go.
Okay, let's go straight there. I know Rito pretty well, so I'll give you the grand tour. Today's a rare day off, so above all, let's enjoy ourselves.
This voice actor is pretty good. I've really come to appreciate Thoma's voice actor.
I haven't been to Rito in a long time, but it feels like the place hasn't changed at all. Then again, a long time for humans is a blink of an eye for the natural environment.
Yep.
Makes me wonder, what is Mondstadt like these days?
Wait, you've been to Mondstadt?
Yeah, I actually grew up there. Later, my father moved back to Inazuma, and then we never heard from him. I wanted to take him some dandelion wine, so I took the boat here from Mondstadt. Unfortunately, we hit a huge storm on the way, which sank the boat. I fell unconscious, but was somehow lucky enough to float the rest of the way to Inazuma, on debris from the wreckage. Oh, I'll spare you the rest for now. Let me take you around.
I want to know! Thoma, give me your life story!
This is a branch of the Chuyu Trading Company based in Liyue. They sell ore from that region. I'm guessing you would have seen shops that look like this over there.
Yes, I have.
Ah, hello there. What brings the two of you all the way out to Rito today? Since you're here, you should pick out a special something. We've got some fantastic pieces in at the moment. Like this Noctilucus jade necklace. Or this Core Lapis bracelet. They may not be top tier in terms of ore quality, but the craftsmanship is simply exquisite. Do either of them pique your interest?
Maybe the bracelet would suit me better.
I think both suit you very nicely. Ah, to heck with it. How often do we get to do this? We'll take them both.
I'm pretty sure this is now a date.
But you've got to be fair to us with the price, ma'am. My friend here is actually from Liyue.
Oh, really? Well, say no more, Thoma. I wouldn't dream of overcharging. How does this figure look to you?
It looks very reasonable. Deal. Now then, let me take you somewhere else. Back in its heyday, Rito always used to remind me of Mondstadt. Freedom of trade, freedom of culture, and freedom of lifestyle. This is the Sailing Breeze, a purveyor of Mondstadt wines. As it turned out, one of the first things that greeted me here when I arrived wasn't my father, but wine from my hometown. It must be said, though, the wines here aren't quite up to the Dawn Winery standard. Back when my father was still in Mondstadt, he used to talk fondly of the Angel Share. Of course, I was still a kid back then, so I never did get to join him for a drink. And now that I'm actually old enough, the opportunity is gone.
You'll get the chance one day.
I hope so. You've been to Mondstadt, right? I assume you've been to the Angel Share? I hear the owner's quite a formidable businessman. Given the chance, I'd love to meet him.
Same. That would mean I'd actually have him recruited into my roster.
When that day comes, we should also grab a drink. Wait, what am I saying? Maybe when you're older. I heard the Shogun recently abolished the Sakoku decree, and trade and commerce is already starting to recover. I'm sure it won't be long before Rito retrieves the prosperity of its past. This is also thanks to your hard work. Thanks to you, our nation can finally prosper.
Hi, Thoma. Out shopping with your friend? Can I get you anything today?
Boing, boing,
why
boing,
not?
boing,
I'll take that toy
boing,
phone.
boing. Sorry. My monkey brain said to start
The Sakoku decree
bouncing.
might have been abolished, but the International Trade Association is still going strong. After all, there are still plenty of situations where there.
Yeah, it makes sense that'd be important.
Here we are. Bet this takes you back, huh?
I wonder how Kurisu's doing.
I'm sure he's getting by. He wrote me not long ago, actually, asking me to deal with the situation for one of the merchants. Now that the Sakoku decree is ended, there's some disagreements within the International Trade Association. He's doing his best to mediate. Must be tough for the guy. I hope everything gets back to normal as soon as possible.
Excuse me, Thoma? It is you! What a coincidence! I was just about to send someone to deliver a gift to you.
I don't believe we've met. And if there's a gift involved here, I'm not sure I've earned it. Is there something I can do for you?
No, you don't know me, but I've heard of you before. I ran into some trouble a while back, asked Kurisu for some help, and he said you were the one that resolved the situation. If you're on the receiving end of someone's kindness, you can't let it go unacknowledged. So, I tried to pick out something that I thought you might like.
Something you thought I might like?
That's right! So here it is. Some confectionery from Yumeno Tenenan, a fine purveyor of Inazuman delicacies. Each one costs a small fortune. I thought this would be the only fitting way to repay someone of your stature. Not to mention that the value of your assistance far outweighs the value of my gift. Do you like it?
Oh. I don't know how you did it, but you managed to cater to my taste perfectly. I humbly accept your gift. Keep up the good work in your line of business, and if you have any further problems, feel free to come find me.
I will! Thanks again, Thoma. I'll leave you in peace now. Have a good day!
You too. Pretty high energy guy, huh? You want to try? This store is indeed renowned in Inazuma. In fact, demand is so high that it's very difficult to come by their products. They're all handmade by top chefs, and the flavor is as authentic as it gets.
Tastes pretty good.
Great! I'm glad you like it. I'll see about trying to make my own recipe when I get the chance. They're made from a traditional family recipe, though, so replicating them won't be easy. Okay, that about wraps up our nostalgia trip to the International Trade Association. I think we've seen just about everything there is to see in the city. Let's keep heading this way. We don't get to hang out all that often. It'd be a shame to head back so soon.
Oh, Thoma. The way you're going, you're gonna ask me to stay the night, and next thing you know, I'm gonna wake up and you're gonna be smoking a cigarette, and I'm gonna be like, where are my pants? I mean, not the worst outcome.
Rito gives me a different
unexpected
feeling each time I come. Maybe it's not entirely to do with the seasons. Anyway, the main point is, I'm happy to be here with
I'm happy to be here with you too, Thoma.
I come to this place every time I visit Rito. The view here isn't as spectacular as on Narukami Island, but if you're looking for a relaxing spot, you can't beat this one. And I'm sure it'll be bustling with life again soon enough now that the Sakoku decree's been abolished. Once I'm on top of things, I think I'll have to ask my lady for a long vacation, so I can take a trip back home. I don't see that happening anytime soon, though. I have a long list of things to get through.
Thoma, just ask. I'll help you out. You've been enough of a bro. And it's totally also not an excuse because I want to have Kamisato Ayaka come to Mondstadt or Liyue and then have a nice little one-on-one little, yeah, sure, I'll give you some sightseeing tours. Not like I would love to do that or anything. No, not at all. Shut up.
Alright, time to call it a day. Let's head back.
Hold on.
Not ready to leave yet? Come to think of it, I do have a couple more places I could take you.
I have a gift for you, too.
Oh, there's no need for that. The whole reason I took you out was to thank you for all the help you gave us during the Vision Hunt decree. As long as you enjoyed yourself, that's all I could ask for. You don't have to give me a gift.
But I think you'll like it.
Really? Okay, well, now I'm excited.
Shut up and take my present.
Oh, my. It's...
The Windwheel Aster. It's a little something from Mondstadt. Oh, this is so gay and I love it. It's so sweet.
This really... Oh, I wasn't expecting this. I'm a little lost for words. This gift is invaluable.
It didn't cost anything. I have like 300 of them in the bag.
Oh, I know, but I don't mean its material value. I'm talking about its value to me specifically. Let me put it this way. The confectionery I received from that merchant earlier, thoughtful gift, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I know it's mostly transactional. I helped him out, so it's standard procedure for him to get a gift from me in return. Also, he picked a brand of fancy confectionery that he thought would meet me at my level, and make it easier for him to approach me with any future requests.
Yeah, I have like a sneeze sitting in the back of my head that's not coming out, but I could feel it building. I'll handle that later.
If you lend Mora to someone, you can guarantee that any gift you receive in return will have been chosen according to its material value. But the gift you just gave me can't be weighed in the same terms.
I don't want anything in return. Just keep being a cool dude.
Oh, okay. Well, at least take this in return. It's an omamori I always carry with me. Again, nothing expensive. But it can bring the bearer good luck. Seriously, I'm not making that up. My father told me. He gave it to my mom, and she gave it to me just before I came to Inazuma. Who knows? Maybe this omamori was the only reason I survived the storm and made it to Inazuma in the first place. Whatever the truth of it is, I'd like you to have it.
Alright, fuck. Well, there go my pants. Alright, we're doing this. God damn it, Thoma. You're so fucking wholesome. Well, no one can ever say I don't show appreciation to the men and women of Genshin. Alright. Let's see. Let's get this last hangout.
Haven't seen Thoma? We have people like also.
Oh, well, no wonder.
Let's leave them be.
Sorry. Wait, what are you all doing?
We're busy people.
Well, thank you, General. Sorry I'm a little late. Something
Heard
came
everything,
up.
didn't you?
No big deal, though. If a little private gossip, wouldn't you agree?
Sorry, I can't say I agree.
Oh?
We should tell them how much you do for the commission.
I'm touched that that's how you see the situation. I don't think we need to go down that route, though. In any case, as a housekeeper, it's hardly my place to get all high and mighty with other staff in the Yashiro Commission.
But you help this place function, man.
But you're my guest and I live to serve. So if you have any other thoughts on the matter, please do share them with me. I'm willing to give anything you suggest a shot. As long as it's a serious suggestion, of course.
I'll ask around at the Yashiro Commission.
I'll be waiting for you right here. Just come and find me if you need anything.
Let's...
Oh, this is going to be a problem.
What's the matter?
Oh, you're Miss Kamisato's friend, aren't you? Basically, something downright awful's happened, and we're discussing what on earth we should do about it. In preparation for the festival next month, we procured some very precious ceremonial implements from another island. But as luck would have it, our ship got hit by strong winds out at sea. The entire shipment is now sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
You have a backup plan?
Well, certainly there's no time to go all the way back out there and buy another batch. Our only option is a gentleman based on Narukami Island by the name of Yusaku. But he's a shrewd one. He caught on to the fact that we needed the goods urgently and raised prices sky high. Clearly, he wants to take us for every mora we're worth. It's a real dilemma.
Can't you barter him down?
We've tried, but he just won't budge. It doesn't help that he has something of a feud with the Yashiro Commission.
Okay, I probably won't be streaming for much longer once I get this last hangout route memory. I might check on one or two things in-game, but then I'll probably end the stream there. But I appreciate you just sticking around to lurk as well. And I appreciate you giving me the follow and being pretty cool.
He once sold us some ceremonial implements of exceptionally poor quality. We returned the items and exposed his malpractice in the process. He's resented us ever since. Now that he actually has the chance to get back at us, There's no way he'll back down. The Yashiro Commission doesn't have any direct authority over merchants. We could file a formal complaint, but the process is long and drawn out, and the festival is drawing nearer every day.
This seems like a job for Thoma.
Kazumasa and Furusawa have marched off to see him, but I don't know whether they'll be able to resolve it. I really hope the festival goes smoothly.
Oh, that whole situation, huh? I heard a thing or two about it. I was planning on finding some time to sort it out after entertaining you.
So you know a solution?
It's hard to say for sure. I'd need to talk with the guy first. Since this has piqued your interest, how about we head over there together? Still, the original plan here was to focus on your enjoyment, not rope you into the trials and tribulations of the Yashiro Commission.
I want people to give you the respect you deserve.
Ah, so that's your goal here. Well, if that is what you really want, I'd better give this my best shot.
Your asking price just isn't realistic. Hey, what point are you trying to make here, huh?
If the festival gets delayed, don't say we didn't warn you.
Help! I'm being attacked by Yashiro Samurai!
What? Hey, cut that out!
You little... Take it easy, would you? Look, we're not going to harm you, all right?
The Yashiro Commission is forcing me to sell against my will! Doshin! I need a Doshin!
Looks like there's no negotiation to be had here. Come on, let's get...
Wait up.
Is that all they got? Amateurs. The nerve. Oh, hello.
Hello again.
Wait, I know you! Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commission's errand boy, Thoma.
Errand boy.
Do you know how long the Tenryo Commission locked me up for? And all thanks to you, going on about my goods being cheap fakes.
You almost make it sound like I planted something and framed you. Those goods were defective, you know that, right?
Ugh, you're so pedantic. Think how many festivals there are in a given year! Now, take candles, for example. Do you have any idea how many they go through? I could switch half of them out for duds without a single person noticing, and make a small fortune in the process.
Someone kicked this man in the nuts.
I was happily providing you with some much-needed supplies. Not only were you ungrateful, you had the audacity to report me! Well, now the tables have finally turned, and you're begging for my help. Can you really blame me for charging a little extra?
A little extra? This is Price's bankruptcy, even for the Yashiro Commission.
Look, I found out what happened. The Commission's shipment ran into a storm and is now lying at the bottom of the ocean. The festival's right around the corner, so postponing it isn't an option. Right now, I'm the only one selling what you need. If the festival goes pear-shaped and Guji-ai or the almighty Shogun hears about it, they are not going to be happy. And then you'll have a real problem on your hands.
Hey, Yusako, let me enlighten you. I'm friends with the Guji-ai, and I'm friends with the Shogun. I have fought the Shogun more than once, and lived. I interrupted an official vision hunt ceremony to save this guy. I'm part of the resistance. I have close ties with the ruling body of both Liyue and Mondstadt. I know ninja from the Shimatsuban. I know people from the Tenryo Commission.
So you might want to consider your position here.
Oh, come on, boss. This is all a little heartless. Besides, aside from the Yashiro Commission, no one else buys ceremonial items. Surely resolving this dispute swiftly is in your interest, too.
Don't give me that! The fact is, you're desperate to buy, and I ain't desperate to sell. The batch I have here can go to waste for all I care. It'd be no great loss.
Looks like we can't come to an agreement, then.
Well, I'm glad it's dawning on you. You can either pay up, or look like a bunch of idiots when the festival comes around. Time's precious, and I've given you a fair slice of mine today. When you're ready to pay, I'll be ready to talk.
He already left.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that he doesn't intend to discuss this any further. I guess his time in the police station didn't make for happy memories.
You want me to mention this to Guji-ai?
No need. I can't say I think much of the way Yusaku was acting, but ultimately, the issue here lies with the Yashiro Commission. We were the ones who lost the goods, so the responsibility is on us to find a solution. Otherwise, even if we write this out, the Yashiro Commission's reputation will take a huge hit. Let's go. There are a few people I want to introduce you to.
Ah, if it isn't Thoma. I must say I'm surprised to see you. Last I heard, you were in Rito. Then you just vanished into thin air. Who's the new face?
A friend.
Friend? What, line of work is this guy in, then?
Fighting the Shogun.
They're not a connection, if that's what you're thinking. Just a regular friend. No vested interest here. I originally wanted to take him out for some downtime, but we've ended up mired in commission-related complications.
Okay, I see. My mistake.
Like your voice actor, Yasutake.
So, what's the situation today, then? I only ever see you when you need something.
Well, I remember the last time we spoke, you were grumbling about a lack of iron ore. Have you made any progress on that front?
Why? You got any supplier recommendations? You're a little out of the loop, my friend. We increased our bid price a while back. Soon after, we found plenty of sellers were pulling out all the stops to import stock from wherever they could get a hold of it. I heard some people were so eager to get in on the action that they even took out loans to get ahead of the competition. If you were hoping to enter the bidding now, I'm afraid you're a little late to the party.
Sounds like now you have the opposite problem. More iron ore than you know what to do with.
That's right. We're going to have to select a few sellers from the pool. There are certain candidates under consideration already, but we're still on the fence.
I see. Well, would you mind if I gave you a couple of tips? As it happens, I'd noticed that shipments of iron ore had recently picked up. I looked into it a little and managed to get a sense of which sellers had the quality stock, which offered competitive prices, and so on.
You don't say. All right then. Here's the list of sellers. Give me your thoughts.
God, I love the hustle that Thoma does.
These two are veterans of the business. Regular sales, quality stock, but their price is a little steep. I think you could talk them down, though. I'd say to around 80% of what they've quoted you. This one sprung up out of nowhere recently in Rito. Their approach is high volume, small profit margins. The quality's not too bad, but there's always a few duds, so you'd need to inspect the goods thoroughly upon receipt.
This man is on the ball. He knows so much about the day-to-day stuff in Inazuma. It's crazy.
This one grabbed a loan and leapt straight onto the bandwagon. In their haste, I fear they may have ended up with the mixed bag as far as quality is concerned. Given that their price isn't particularly competitive either, I wouldn't consider them if I were you.
Wait, I know this name. Yes. I believe we're on the same page here.
To be completely upfront, this is really quite important to me, so your help in this regard would be greatly appreciated.
Don't mention it. It's no skin off my back. There is something I hope you could do for me in return, though. Recently, several of our deliveries of iron ore have been getting stolen. Is there anything you can do to help? It's the worst on the road between Konda Village and Inazuma City. Something always seems to happen along that stretch.
No problem. We'll be back before you know it.
Going on here?
I guess you have a few questions. I'll explain everything later, but it looks like we'll need to get to work pretty soon.
Did you guys do a business Ah, yes, I know how to do business.
Speed of light.
Ah! Man, this hurts. Those monsters came out of nowhere. Thank you both for your help. Who are you?
Ah, yes, Hironori and the random Geopillar.
Hi there. Yasutake commissioned us to come and assist with the delivery.
Wonderful. I was starting to think I'd never get this iron ore to its destination. So do I owe you anything for this?
Nope, this is between us and Yasutake. He's the one you should be thanking, if anyone. All right, let's do this.
Yay, transport.
Stabilize. One with nature.
Keep these burning.
Careful. There could be more monsters to come.
There could be more monsters to come. I don't know what would ever give you that idea, Thoma.
Stabilize.
Into the wind.
Incoming. Fire hazard.
Okay, almost there.
Huh? Whoops, I forgot to hit mute. Sorry about that.
Solidify. One with nature.
All right, I think we could leave the goods here.
Many thanks. There were so many monsters I didn't even see where they came from. It was a dicey situation.
The route should be safe from here on out. We'll be heading off now.
Sure thing. Again, my thanks to both of you.
All in a day's work. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty normal to fight this amount of monsters.
Worry no more, good sir. Your goods have been safely delivered.
Good to know. As for the issue you needed my help with, I have someone on the case. You can expect a resolution very shortly. You always seem to be cleaning up for other people behind the scenes. It must keep you pretty busy. Seems to eat up all your personal time, too. Speaking of, I'm going to need your help again in a few days' time. There's a meeting coming up, and several trade associations will be fighting tooth and nail over the chance to make a profit. You'll have to mediate on this one.
Ah, that rings a bell. Not a problem. I'll be there.
Oh, one other thing. I heard Sakai gave our guy a loan a while back. Just thought you might be interested to know.
Huh, is that so? It sounds like I should go talk to him then. Thanks again for all your help.
Think nothing of it. Goodbye for now. I'll see you in a few days' time.
Okay, this problem is halfway solved.
So who was that?
That was the quartermaster of the Tenryo Commission. He's in charge of all of their procurement, and also responsible for keeping their weapon supplies intact.
Huh.
Making weapons involves purchasing raw materials, so he's the key decision maker in all the related trade in iron ore. The iron ore trade is actually what I was discussing with him just now.
What does it have to do with ceremonial affairs?
On the surface, not a whole lot, I'll admit, but you'll see very shortly. But before that, time to go visit another old friend of mine.
Okay, you're down there. I'll stop by the blacksmith while I'm down there. Anything in particular? Where are these for? Well, fine it. Yeah, okay.
Is to have the patience to move mountains and unrelenting willpower.
Oh. There you go.
Ah, Thoma, you too? Yasutake sent someone over already, but I'm telling you, Thoma, I just don't know if it's feasible.
Really? Why? Is there a problem?
You betcha. The guy owes me Mora, for sure, but there's a long repayment period on that loan. If I go hounding him for Mora now, that makes me the bad guy.
But as I recall, the only reason he was entitled to such a long period was because at the outset, he had a business relationship with the Yashiro Commission. So, if we sever ties with him, surely he'd have to pay you back right away.
In principle, that's how it works, but I'd still be the one who has to take all the flack. I'm just a small timer, you know? People like me need stability and security, not to go rocking the boat.
Come on now, let's work something out. Weren't you after some Noctiluctus Jade last time we spoke? We can put our heads together and get a hold of some for you.
Well, Noctilucus Jade would be good for starters, but...
For starters, I'd say that's plenty for now. You don't want to go biting off more than you can chew, right?
You... Okay, fine. If you bring me some Noctilucus Jade, I'll get my hands dirty for you.
Great. All right, let's go and find some. Okay, is this enough?
Plenty. Leave the rest to me. I promise you'll be satisfied customers. You know, Thoma, you haven't changed one bit. Same mindset, same style of working. I sure hope the two of us never get into a conflict. Fingers crossed our cooperation will stay happy and healthy for a long time to come.
Yeah, crossing Thoma is not a good idea considering he has his fingers in so many aspects of Inazuma life, and he knows so many people, and he has various relationships. You don't want to cross the fucker.
Don't you worry. Unless you've got plans to cause trouble for the Yashiro Commission, the future looks bright for all our future dealings.
That's good to hear. Okay, I'll be seeing you folks.
Feels like there was a whole subtext to your whole conversation.
Don't worry. People whose attention is always focused on other people's weaknesses tend to expose their own weaknesses pretty easily. Let's head back to the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
What do we do now?
We could try asking him nicely. Maybe he'd have a change of heart.
Have you tried asking him nicely? I'm sorry I threatened you. Can you please sell to us?
I highly doubt that would work.
Two stooges are at it.
Then again, Since we don't have any other options, we might as well give it a try.
But the samurai spirit...
We serve the head of the clan. If the clan is in trouble, we must bear whatever humiliation comes our way to resolve the situation. This...
Is anyone there?
Huh? What's he doing here?
He must be here to make fun of us.
There's nothing we can do about it. Brace yourself.
The two idiots.
I apologize.
I apologize.
Huh?
I apologize. Forgive me. I'll sell to you at the original price. No, what am I saying? Make that half price.
What's going on here?
Thoma? Thoma, are you here? I was completely in the wrong. However much you need, I'll sell it to you. I've got a warehouse full of stock, too, if you need more. Please, you'll have everything you could need.
And without any duds this time, I assume?
None whatsoever. I'll stake my whole reputation on it. No fakes, no defects. I give you my word. Please, this is my whole livelihood. Don't cut me off.
This is
Since
so
you promised
satisfying.
not to sneak in any fakes this time around, go ahead with the shipment. Once we've inspected the goods, and if all's in order, I'm sure whatever problems you're presently facing will quickly disappear.
Okay, I'll deliver the goods right away. Right away, I promise.
You see what I mean? Getting things settled as soon as possible is in everyone's best interest. All right, with that taken care of, let's get out of here.
Why was he apologizing to Thoma?
What's going on here? Hey, Thoma! That's strange. Where'd he go? He was right here a second ago.
He's a ninja. Ninja vanish.
Okay, the floors are done. Next, I need to dust down the railings. I only took one day off, but look how much dust has gathered. This is what I mean when I say cleaning is a daily chore.
What happened?
You remember what he said, don't you? His goods could go unsold and it wouldn't bother him. So, the solution in this case was to cut off his main line of business and make him really feel the heat. The Yashiro Commission doesn't have the authority to meddle in the business world, but as it happened, I knew a few of his major customers, so I sorted it out privately. When he realized he couldn't shift his product, had no source of revenue, and wouldn't be able to pay off his loan, he suddenly felt the pressure. Then I just had to make sure he caught wind of what the cause of his problems was, so he'd seek us out to make an apology.
Sounds like you gave him the full Thoma treatment.
It's no big deal. I've dealt with plenty of situations like this in the past.
It's incredible, calculative, and terrifying. I'm really impressed. He can be your angel or your devil. And no, that wasn't an accidental misslip.
I know you'd like people to look up to me more, but it doesn't bother me all that much. I'm just the housekeeper of the Kamisato clan. Reputation isn't all that important to me. On the contrary, having too good of a reputation can be restrictive. You feel indignant for my sake when you hear people spreading gossip about me, don't you? That says that in your mind, I'm not the kind of person they say I am. For me, that's enough. All I need is for the people I'm close with to know the real me.
God damn it, you're wholesome.
Thanks for your help in averting a potential crisis for the Yashiro Commission. I owe you one. I'll have to entertain you again sometime. Plus, I didn't get very far with entertaining you this time around, so I guess I owe you too.
There we go. Looks like being a housekeeper is the more relaxing and interesting job after all. Aww. Alright, all 6 endings achieved for Thoma. So that now means Bennett, Chongyun, Barbara, Noelle, Diona, and Thoma are all done. All that's left is Sayu, Beidou, Goro, Yunjin, Ningguang, and Shinobu. I'll be able to do Beidou immediately upon next stream. It'll take me 2 days to do Sayu, and then total of 16 days to do the rest, It's 12 for these three, and then 4 more days for Shinobu. But once I'm caught up on all of them, that will be the last mainline content, other than doing miscellaneous quests in Enkanomiya and other stuff that just randomly pop up, including events, because the Muddy Adventures and the Chasm event will be starting here shortly. But then it's just kind of casual farming on stream. I might do the Spiral Abyss. Probably the like floor 9, 10, or 10, 11, 12, I mean. And maybe try to get the Abyss achievements done. Where is it? Yeah, try to get these two done at some point in the future. Don't know if I'll ever be able to clear floor 12 with my own setup, but need to be very nice.
Where do you want to
What's
go
my
next?
resin doing? Okay. Here and just so with that,
Osmanthus wine tastes the same
as
as
I
I
remember.
remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Anyways, Zhongli interjection aside, I think this is where I will end the stream. So if Above, Chachakman, Giga Chad Whale, and anyone else who has tuned in live for the stream or will watch the VOD in the future or just didn't chat and was here, I always appreciate it when you just come around. Chatting's nice, but I'm never going to force you guys to chat if you don't feel up to it. I just like having someone else to talk to. But every view helps, every follow helps, all of the support, letting me know your thoughts and giving me feedback.
Wine tastes
Thank
the
you,
same as I
Zhongli.
remember. But where are those who share the memory?
But it really helps kind of getting the feedback necessary to improve myself, get better. Maybe one day this will be an actual gig I can do, even partially on the side. I really want to make that happen where I can earn even a little bit of money, maybe from donations or anything like that. I got plans I want to do for YouTube too. But yeah, this has been Alduics. That's how you pronounce my name. It's not all the dicks or anything like that. It's Alduics. If you're ever curious about the origin of my name, feel free to ask. Hope you guys will tune in for the stream tomorrow. If not, I'll catch you guys on another stream. See you guys.